Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. We're sat at our Hillside Railroad. Yeah, our only electrified track on the entire map, and it may stay that way as well. I went ahead and put on the electric train that we had previously that we rode, and you may notice something a little different. We have the fences mod installed. I highly recommend it. I just plopped them in so that you could see that we have them installed now, and we have a little barrier running alongside our railroad. Today's phase 2, and we're off to where are we off to? It's not Clearwater, is it? No, it's Beaumont. There we go, I remembered. I'm going to prefix this episode with the fact I've got a bit of a cold brewing. So if I sound a bit different, that's why. This should take some editing. But I was really looking forward to doing phase 2, and no cold is going to hold me back. I've also got a fresh cup of tea, so that fixes everything. And sleepy, sort of ill me decided to install Windows 11. So, yeah, why not? There's even a new version coming out in a couple of months, isn't there? Well, a little over a month away. There's nothing like throwing a whole bunch of variables into the mix, is there? It's all good. Right, you wise up, our train is doing its run. I'll be highly surprised if they use this. Yeah, no. Fortunately, we're far enough away from the city that it won't be used. Although, before we get on with the build, our Clearwater station here does connect to a few residential buildings. It might be worth setting up the trams in Athens because, as someone quite rightly mentioned, Athens is the city of electricity. It's going to curve round in a bit of a loop up this end. It's smooth, isn't it? Obviously, our trams could turn around in the station here, but I don't know. I feel like running them round will be nice. Should we get some stops up? Now, where do we want these? Down here somewhere, the first ones. We don't want them too often, do we? Probably only a couple. We'll leave buses with the short stops, and then we'll turn round up this end. And the coverage for these is pretty huge anyway. Oh, this has grown, hasn't it? I've just realised. Athens, how are you doing? Let's get this down in the middle. Charts. Well, yeah, that's a pretty huge spike, isn't it? Right up there. That's wonderful. How we do? We don't do this enough, do we? Where's the cities? There we go. Let's sort you by size. Montgomery, by far our biggest city. And then Palmdale. Phoenix is on the rise. And then Chesapeake, surprisingly, is catching it. Providence, not much happening with Providence. We do at least deliver some food, as you can see just there. Athens is about to start growing, I think. Yeah, 140% growth versus 110% over at Providence, which isn't far from here. We may have a connection to Providence passenger-wise, but only if it's accessible via at least some of our freight. It's all about the freight, this map. And passengers sort of fit in if it can use our freight line. That's how we're doing it. Right, I think that's enough stops, isn't it? They're going to be busy, but they're not stopping much either. If we need to put more stops in, we can. Where is our depot going to be? Maybe parallel with the station here for a little bit of extra scenery. I mean, we could always put some fences in too. We'll put you in there. Well, the problem we have here, though, is a bit right-angly. It's fine. That's fine. I like that. It's a bit wonky, isn't it? Is it? It'll do. It'll do. No, that's fine. Should we get a new line, then, for our streetcars? We're starting there and then heading all the way down. I'll tell you what, we're going to need some waypoints, aren't we? We're going to send you, I guess, that way round to turn around. And we may have a stop over this end, thinking about it. It's kind of nice over there, isn't it? Yeah, but it'll be... yeah, then we wouldn't need the waypoint. Get you in that way. There we go. But up here we'll need a waypoint. Yeah, which way are we going to be running? I guess that side. On the right. So we head off, scoot round there. We may have more streetcars running, another line. It just depends how busy it gets. Not one of those though. You need a waypoint for this one. Yeah, we'll head you down that way. And that means we can... Dogwood Street, love it. We can add a station after Dogwood Street. And then go back and up to Willow Street. And then we're back up to Athens sidings. But before we get there, we need to scoot round via that waypoint. There we go. That's tidy, isn't it? Tidy. And hopefully shouldn't take us too long to get passengers from the centre of Athens or all the way down to the station there with a limited amount of stops. We're going greens with Athens. We'll go with a slightly dark... Is that a slightly darker green? Yeah, it is. Oh, I see what I've done here. We've gone green. Good brain. I can't believe it's only just dawned on me. Oh, dear. Well, Athens streetcars. There we go. Athens streetcars. I guess we could give it a number so it puts a number on the actual tram itself. Right, should we get some of those streetcars up and running? Buy vehicles. We'll go with whatever we've got, the Toronto PCC A7. Does 31 miles an hour. What's it like? Yeah, sure. Definitely. How many people do you carry? 18's not bad, is it? How many are we going to need? 4? I guess we can start with 4. They'll space themselves out. We should colour them, shouldn't we? Oh, do I want to? Yeah, go on. We'll have them green. Why not? Do they look cool in green? That'll be the question. It will trigger at least a little bit of demand for our new line over here. And then we'll get on with phase 2 and we'll finish off our build. Oh, I like those. Yeah, I like those. They're lovely. They can deal with that turn easily. It might be a bit different when it gets to the longer trams later on, the more modern stuff. They're designed to go around tighter corners, aren't they? There we go. Some of our trams are off to the next stop. Are they going to space themselves out? Oh, you should have let them go. Beautiful, beautiful. Right, and our train's on the way back. We already have people eager to travel on Athens streetcars. Marissa. Who else? Tram 4. No, that's not your name. Jackson Murphy. Oh, nice spin. I don't think that's physically possible. But you've done it anyway. There we go. He's off. They're already spaced out, pretty much. I do like their indicators coming on when they're about to pull away. Let the cars know. Not that there are any cars around here, apparently. It's very quiet, isn't it, in Athens? Oh, I saw a car. There we go. Or someone in their truck. Where you going? Shopping? Jasmine. I wonder where they'll be off to over in Athens. We'll see if anybody decides to walk down to the station. Oh, it's beautiful. Molly Walker. Apt. That's brilliant. Molly Walker, and you're walking to the station. Right, anyway, guys, today, Beaumont. At first, I was going to run it down with our existing freight line, but we've got a bit of competition with our road here. So I'm actually going to tunnel through next to the road here. It'll make a little bit of a cutting, that's for sure. But we're not going to head all the way down into Beaumont. We're going to stop on this hill along the side. And then we're going to loop round and rejoin into our freight line, which will allow us to head up to Chesapeake, so we'll need another branch coming off this way. Probably 2 heading off that way. We may even have another one heading down the main line there, the eastern corridor. It's a bit busy down here. We may need a dedicated piece of track for our passenger lines, and we're definitely going to need some way to get past this station, aren't we? I mean, ideally we'd want a through track on this side, because we can then join in on the side. It's going to be a little extravagant perhaps. So how are we going to get down here? We need to have a look at the contours, don't we? It's 137 meters. We end up at 153. That's not too bad. I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue, is it? To get over there and round. And then from Beaumont, we're at 137 there. Do we have anywhere on this hillside that's roughly that? No, it's quite low, isn't it? So we're going to have to head down. I mean, we've got this little bit down here. 137 would be right up here if we wanted to stay relatively flat from this point, which could be a thing. I mean, we've got to head down to here regardless, haven't we? So scrubbing some of that height off might not be a bad idea then. But no, we don't need too much, do we? We don't need too much. What are we at here? 64. If we can get down to, well, this does look kind of nice, doesn't it? And then we're quite close to Beaumont, and we could probably get away with buses down here. If we go around 78, we haven't got to drop too far. What are we going for? 80? 80 is kind of nice, isn't it? Yeah, let's go 80. It's a nice round number. We'll get a nice place for our station to be. Wang that up to full. Get that a little bigger. There, something like that. It was asked that we increase the line speed of this up to 120 odd, but that's not what this is about up here. No, it's a nice relaxing, or should be a nice relaxing train ride up in the hills on the northern edge of the map. That's the northern edge just there. Okay, buildings. Fairly straightforward. High speed, electric, yes, for a change. 240. We'll go 2 tracks. We'll have this down there, should do, shouldn't it? And then we'll connect into that. I think that'll do. Yeah. Be a bit of a tight turn around here. We've got to head up anyway. Well, on the way back, we're heading down the other way, aren't we? What sort of grade do we want here? We don't need maximum 3%, do we? Although this is where the electric trains come into their own. Oh, you'll be pleased to know I've disabled the dynamic industries. They won't bother us for a while until we decide we want them back. And I've also reduced the braking of our trains, so we made it a little more difficult as well to play through. Not that it really matters at this stage of the game. Are we happy with that? I mean, we can sort of pencil outline it for the time being, can't we? We are going to have to tunnel, and it's probably going to be a beefy tunnel. We'll go 100. What sort of height do we need? Let's see if we can't have a bit of a... Ooh, that's too much of a cutting, isn't it? By a long way. Yeah, it's alright. We'll tunnel through here. Do I want to tunnel that early? It seems a bit excessive. I think we need just a steeper grade coming down there. Well, I'll tell you what. Now we know where the station is, what we could do is we need to rework one of our first stations, isn't it? This is like the 4th or the 3rd station we put down is this one. And it's going to get a bit of a rework. Yes. This is actually going to be the passenger line here with another one next to it. We should give ourselves a little bit of a flat area to work with. We absolutely couldn't afford this at the beginning. Any fancy terrain work, could we? So it is lovely that we can get away with this now. I'm hoping to give us a little bridge across the main road as well. We could always make it more difficult for them, the AI, to head down to Chesapeake from Clearwater, so that we're a little more favourable. We have a little room to build our new station without making a mess of the terrain. So passenger line, then we've got our freight line. So the station's going to be on this side. I love that you don't need tracks in between now. I'm pretty sure that didn't used to be a thing. It wouldn't let you build. I could be wrong. I don't think I ever tried. So yeah, I could be wrong. We may as well extend this then. Now, yeah, we could get away with a bit longer, couldn't we? Now trains could definitely fit in. There we go. We'll go that long. However long that is. It's going to stay diesels or steam or whatever we've got running this for a while. I believe it's diesels, isn't it? Yes, the little shunters. Okay, so that's our new track for that guy. This is going to be the passenger route, but it's going to head off and continue down there. This should cheese off our oil trains. Oh, he's just coming up the hill as well. Yeah, he's not going to be happy with us. We definitely want to keep heading down though. This is going to be rough. We're going to have some fairly fast sections, aren't we? Oh, there we go. That's not too bad. Tunnel's a little shorter. How far are we down? 109? Oh, that's kind of pleasant, isn't it? What's this last section going to be like? Can we get down there? Oh, we don't. We don't have the grade to get down there. Like, it doesn't matter what we do with this. We're not getting down. Alright, so we've got to go steeper. Maybe after that tunnel, so that we can have a bit of a cutting separate from the road there. We'll make it work. I guess if we go maximum grade after the tunnel, we might get down. Wait, I'm not seeing it. No, we if you're wondering, guys, we've got our own limit. We're maximum 3%. Yeah, we're going to have to go full on, aren't we? The other option is, of course, to move this further up the hill. So, yeah, that's going to have to be full 3%. Do we even have the space to achieve this? We might need to go further downtown. Although I don't think I put much of a grade here, did I? No. There we go. We'll start the tunnel there. Perhaps we can come out up here. Oh, there we go. Yeah, but don't make any more tunnels. We'll do a little bit of terrain work so we can see our rail line from the road. Oh, I don't know what you're doing there. You missed that entirely. No, no tunnels. We'll see it from the road. It'll be a steep drop down to the rail line there. Now do we have the grade? Oh, it's lovely. We still slowed down. That's fine. Are we the right side? We are, I believe. Yeah, and we've avoided too much tunnelling, so we get to see some of the scenery and our road probably up there. Let's get some official episode done down this side. It looks a bit excessive at the moment. I mean, the road's a bit of a mess anyway. I would like to give us a bit more either side of the track there. I don't mind a bit of a cliff face as far as the non-road side goes. There we go. Lovely. And then I think we're going to have a connection to Beaumont as well as Athens and Clearwater. And then our final destination will be Chesapeake down there. And we've already got some of the track, although that's going to require some reworking, isn't it? We're going to have to do something similar with what we're working on up here, which I should finish really. So this is going to be the passenger line. We'll need to add us the second track for our passenger line. It's dual track. It doesn't really need to be, does it? No, I've gone double track all the way, but I mean, perhaps we could go single track through the tunnel. Oh no, we've got bags of money. Oh, there we go. You maintain 75. We don't want electrics on you. Yeah, you maintain 75. That isn't too terrible, is it? Then you can drift off into there. And then we've got our other track that runs through there. Oh, that's it's not quite right, is it? No, you want to be linked to the other one. I'll tell you what, we'll make the double track first, and then we'll link you in at the end. Do we have the grade for this? Or you've made yourself a little more wiggly, have you? Let's take you back further. Oh, that's smoother. There we go. We do run 122 there. This is going to go through the station. I will electrify it once we're done tidying this up with the diesels running next to our electrics. Okay, so if you run down there, this has got a little bigger, hasn't it? This network. Will you slide in there nicely? Oh, I like the way you drift off. Oh, that's kind of pleasant. Yeah, we just don't need that there. We are on a slope, so we're going to have to do this in segments. But it would be nice to see our diesels, wouldn't it, to the side? Right, tidied all that up. Get a little bit of official episode down the side. We may put some rock face back in at some point. I mean, it's a bit unnecessary though, that, isn't it? I think I'd like a little bit of visuals happening, perhaps. We might be able to see our electrics running next to us then for a little bit longer, and then see our diesels coming up as well. I mean, you'll probably see the smoke before you see them. Right, that'll do for now. That'll do. Now we need to finish off our station. It should choose the new platform. You haven't chosen the new platform. Let's correct that. Clearwater Fuel Refinery. You need P2 now. There we go. You didn't have to do that, because what we can do, I hope, is actually get rid of any of the other platform assignments. We can get rid of this down here. I mean, we could always turn it into a passenger station. There we go, guys. There should only be one platform now. Terminals. Ah, it's lovely. There we go. Yes, that should work just fine, shouldn't it? Then we don't need to worry about our segments on our track here. Right, back to electrics. We're not doing anything else with that. Send you through there, flat. Same with you. Ooh, gonna have to do that differently. Something like that instead. There we go. And same that side. Beautiful. Get you electrified. Re-electrified. Finish our track to Beaumont. And then that will be our new end point for phase 2. But we're not done. We've got this section to do. Right, this has to continue off. And, yeah, could we not head up, though? Not yet, anyway. After the station, perhaps. If we just... Oh, we've still got the depot in there. We need to get rid of the depot. It should undo the terrain, though. Yeah, we need to probably start curving right after the station here. And I don't mind us heading down. Probably don't need to be that aggressive. We're going to do a little bit of terrain work. What sort of speed do we want this? Well, we're going to have to curve, aren't we? So, if we go... I guess 100 will be fine, wouldn't it? 100 miles an hour. It's pretty quick. Right, do we have enough clearance there? Not really. So we'll go up till it makes a bridge, because then we know it makes a bridge. It'll be a gentle grade. We're actually gained a bit of speed there as well. Then we can make our bridge, can't we? Right, you go there. Will you make a bridge? You will. We don't want that. We want new. Can we stay at 100-ish? Yeah, there. And then the bridge only needs to be very small. So if we just have it, so it goes across at that point, will that be enough? It's probably somewhere like that. So it puts its foot down. There we go. And then we'll delete back the other side. And then this is going to continue up there, but we'll turn it into an embankment. And this needs to continue round, not as a bridge. Yes, we probably need a bit more, don't we, just to get another foot down on this end. Right, now we can put this side back in. It's kind of nice though. I kind of like that. Yeah, it's not too bad, is it? I wanted to do the inside first. We're going to continue our way down. 100. Ooh, we could actually maybe squeeze out a bit more speed here. Let's hope so. We go that sort of angle. We've got almost full speed. I mean, we could draw it and see what the game says. We're going to be all the way down to there. That's kind of a pleasant grade, isn't it? Look at that. That's kind of lovely. I don't know how, but we've managed to get this in and not struggle with the grade. This bit may need some work. It's a little bit rough. No, I don't know. It's not too bad. It's got feet either side, hasn't it? Oh, no. It's put it in the middle. That does give me a few ideas. Into the station. Then we've got a full connection. Look at that. There we go. I know it looks a bit garish at the moment, possibly. But this is not how this is going to go. We're going to bring this up. And it's going to drift off. It's still going to be a hill down on one side, but on the side closest to town, we're actually going to level up and meet the ground. So that the road drifts off into a little bit of a cut-in itself before we get to the bridge. So this is heading off that way. I know we're making a huge rock face, but that's not what it's going to be. We're just going to get the official episode out and tidy it all up. Along with that there. Then if we look this side, it looks beautiful, doesn't it? It looks like it was supposed to be. There we go. And we don't have a rock face or anything on that side now. It's just a hill all the way down to... oh, we've got our other track down there. That's the Eastern Corridor continuing across to the Western Corridor, as that's a terminus up that end. It's the Athens terminus. What a network we've got going on now. Right, and then something similar just here. Just bring it out. So it's sloped on one side, but a little flatter on the other. Get you smoothed off a touch. Lots of official episode today. Goodness me. I mean, why not? That's kind of pleasant. I've seen sturdier bridges. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? There you go. It doesn't need to be that sturdy, I guess. That's what we're running with. I mean, we do have the option at some point to possibly turn this into a second passenger station. Oh, that would be epically pointless. I didn't realise we were that far away from Clearwater up there. Goodness me, it's miles away. Yeah, what would be the point in that? Park and ride to the extreme. It depends how big Clearwater gets. I mean, they might get big. We've got freight to thread into all of this as well. Oh, there we go, guys. We've got a full connection, don't we? Are we connected down here? We double tracked all the way. And we're going to need us a crossover so that we can ride it all the way down to the station here. This will need a road and probably just buses running up. This side of the station is going to continue and connect up, but that'll be phase 3, our final phase for this area. And then we've got to figure out how we're going to get to then we've got to figure out how we're going to get over to Providence, but we'll leave that for future me. Right, buildings. Let's get us a bus station in here. And no electrics. We're going buses. I've decided full size-ish. Will you connect? The connection points are a little bit bizarre. They're at either end. Well, that should do, shouldn't it? That gives us a way to link in. We've got multiple options for getting into town there. Let's connect you up. It would be nice. Oh, I kind of like that. Yeah, it would be nice to have a little bus service here because I think we're a little far away from town. We just hit that with this bus stop, which is no, that's not what I would like. Right, I mean, you're rough over here, aren't you? It's fine. We'll have a line that rhymes, just running through town, and that'll be their first main bus service. We'll go every other segment because it's buses. Why not? Although this is the main one to the station. Perhaps we can have it more tram-like, which would be every 2, so they'd be there. Get rid of you two. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really suit buses, but it would allow us... I don't like it, guys. Every time I build buses, they have to be convenient for people, which is every other block for me, or every other segment down here. Where are we turning round? I guess up this end, aren't we? And we'll have one... Yeah, we'll have one there. We'll finish off their little street thing they're doing up this end. Ooh, do we? Do we want it there or do we want it up here? Probably up here, don't we? Let's continue it like that. There you go. Oh, that's awful grand. Why was that? Why would you do that? You've done a worse job than they have. Oh, it's rough up here, isn't it? You go there. Oh, hang on, that's better. That's better. They've still got the slopes. Yeah, but it's a little better this end. Finish off our bus stops. We'll keep it every other. And then that should leave us perfectly. Like that. A little loop around there. New line. Start at the station. Then we'll make our way over to the other side of Beaumont. There we go. It should be perfect little line, shouldn't it? I like the way it wants to sneak up there. Yes, in an ideal world, you probably do. You're not going to be... I'll tell you what you'll be. Oh, well, no, we've got too many reds. I like blue. I just want a more different blue. That blue. There you go. You're going to be blues. Beaumont blue. 1 Beaumont. Beaumont station, should we call that? There we go. And you are just Beaumont. Good. And you are Beaumont station. Right, we're going to throw in a quick depot. And then we'll get some buses on this line. But we'll get on board for the end. Temporary depot. You're just going in there. Not the largest choice of buses. I'm going to go 8 for these. 8 buses. I mean, they're almost the right colour. So I'm just going to leave you. Beaumont station. We need to extend our line. And then we're good, aren't we? Athens to Clearwater is going to be Athens to Beaumont now. Via Clearwater. Okay, let's not get too verbose. This is all sorts of wrong. So Clearwater was my first stop. That's awkward. Then Athens. Then Clearwater. We don't have much signalling, but I will go away and do all that. This is all about getting the actual line set up. Then we can worry about signalling a little later. Guys, we've got it. You don't really need to do that, do you? It's because we have no signalling on the other side. So we can sort that by... We'll have a... Well, actually, if we just put a signal all the way down at this crossover, that will fix it. This would be that one way. That'll be there. That's the opposite to fixing it. That has broken it. Have we got a missing connection? Don't think so. P1. This one's P2, right? Yes, there we go. I got it. My brain just didn't want to work there at all. We still need a bus service in Clearwater, but for now, I'm happy with it. It's our train on the way back. There we go, there we go. We get to ride back and go past our little bit of scenery down here, so that's lovely. We will get some demand from Clearwater currently. We will give them probably a bus service running through town. And we might spider with those with bus services, why not? Then we run through one of our early stations, and then we're all the way down to Beaumont. And for phase 3, we'll be joining into our existing network. This station will need a bit of a rework so that we've got some through traffic for our trains, our passenger trains, and then we drift off up to Clearwater there. Chesapeake even. Yes, Clearwater's up here. Chesapeake's down there. Alright guys, we're on board our Athens to Clearwater service that is actually going to Beaumont. We'll rename it once it's done because it will be Athens to Chesapeake eventually. Bit stuttery. Oh, I hope that's not a sign of things to come with Windows 11. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I think what half the problem is, we've just gave them a whole bunch of new connections, haven't we? And there's a lot of calculations going on as they're all finding new routes. And we haven't played it much today, the actual game. So it probably still hasn't settled down. And I did run around the map to try and fix this to get it running a bit smoother. I know it's not Windows 11. Fear not, because I was using it, I was testing it out, one of the cab rides, and it was beautiful. But we've also got the update coming, which I do want to take a look at soon. Phase 3 on Sunday, and then we're done, aren't we? We should have a nice little connection up here and get it all busy. And that should drive demand all throughout our network. Alright guys, thank you for watching, and until next time, take care.